Come on. Yes, then, guys. Inter Milan nil. Sorry, this is a very poor way to start this. Inter Milan nil, Liverpool 1. I do not understand how a team can possibly beat Real Madrid, Arsenal, Newcastle United away from home, and Inter Milan at home, but conversely lose to Brentford, give up 3 goals against Leeds United, and lose 7 million times to Crystal Palace. I can't work the season out anymore. But yes, hello everyone. Johnny La, yes. Yeah, sorry that I'm late, mate. Sorry to all of you that I'm late, by the way. I ended up messed about trying to get a thumbnail, which I've just done what I think is a highly amusing thumbnail. I'll let you guys have a look, but I couldn't resist it, is all I can say, basically. But yeah, we won 3-1. We won 1-0 thanks to our only good player that we currently have at the moment, Dominic Szobo. Yeah, and it's completely mental. And I give up with this season. I just don't. I can't work it out anymore, to be quite honest. Let me just read your comments soon, because I'm late. Like I said, guys, so really sorry that I'm late. I've had a bit of a day today. It's been it's been insane, to the point where I missed 30 minutes of the second half, by the way, which I'll get onto in a minute. Thank you, wife and child. Late. Yes, I was, Johnny. Can't agree, thinking with that. Hello. Yes, it's not going to read that. Mo Salah out, keep slot. You've changed your tune. Salah has forced us back to slot now. Something here. Mo nonsense. Talking Salah is the name, taking smack is the game. Well, Johnny, I mean, this is the thing now, isn't it? By the way, folks, if you can see a ridiculous glare, just to sum all this up, I'm currently having to stand a mobile phone on my laptop because all of my gear is upstairs and I now cannot go upstairs because I'm going to wake everyone up. So, yes, basically you're looking at me through a laptop screen, as you do. So, yeah, very unprofessional, but still. Yeah, like I said, Johnny, to be honest, you've got to be honest, like, we've just gone 4 unbeaten. Now, look, I don't really want to include that Leeds United match because obviously I live down the road, mate, as you know. It was an absolute bloody shambles, and I'm off for a boys' night out with all the Leeds United lads on Sunday, which could be quite interesting. But yeah, thank Christ we didn't lose. Or honestly, I cannot describe my mates to you. I would have never have heard the end of this had we lost. But to be honest, mate, it's infuriating for me because I'm not going to say it's the best run of all time. If we beat Leeds, say if we hold on to the 3-2, that's 3 wins out of 4. And then you 1 draw Sunderland, which, with the way Sunderland are playing, look, you should still be beating Sunderland at home, don't get me wrong, but you can kind of look at that and go, well, that's, away win at West Ham, away win at Leeds, away win at Inter, and a home draw against Sunderland. If we were all offered that 4 games ago, we would have all taken it, I'm sure. They're interviewing Arden now, actually. They're about to do it on Amazon Prime, so I'm going to watch this later. Yeah, I'm sure we would have taken them, and that's a decent run of results. But like, it's just the bloody Leeds result now, where you're just like, don't get me wrong, it's really good that we've beaten Inter Milan, absolutely fantastic. But it is just bloody infuriating that had we not conceded that ridiculous goal at the end, or the other 2, frankly, that we'd now be on a semi-decent run. But I mean, the trouble is, I have no faith that we will beat Brighton. I actually think Brighton will come to Anfield and win. I do not see a world where we can get a point. To be quite honest, I really don't. Hopefully I'm wrong. Do you know what? It wouldn't surprise me with us at the minute if we lost to Brighton, beat Tottenham away from home, and then got a draw at Wolves. Wolves at our place. Honestly, it would not surprise me in the bloody slightest. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. Let's have a look. I'd sack Slot if Mo didn't come out saying it's all his fault. No, we can't sack him because that's what Man United do. Well, no, this is the thing, Johnny. Why I have been slot in a lot of the time because who are you getting that's available now? The thing is, there's a very very important match for Liverpool and Real Madrid Football Club and Manchester City tomorrow. Technically for Liverpool because I mean, if Alonso gets sacked, like, I can't imagine Arna's going to be thrilled, put it that way, because, look, Real Madrid are a basket case club. If they sack Xabi Alonso after pursuing him for all these bloody years and then sack him after 4 months, I mean, it just proves what an absolute shambles and a shower Real Madrid Football Club are. But yeah, if Alonso is on the market, then if the run starts going bad again, if I'm Alonso, I'm just going to sit back. Put it this way: if I get sacked, if I'm Xabi Alonso, I'm like, do you know what? I'm going to take my family, I'm going to take my wife, I'm going to take my kids on a lovely holiday. I'm going to chill out for 3 or 4 months, and I am going to see what happens in April. Because if Liverpool basically are out of everything and we're scrambling around in 10th place, could we be looking at Xabi Alonso being the new Liverpool manager? I mean, I don't know. Maybe that. I mean, to be honest, I think Madrid will beat City tomorrow anyway. But I mean, it is absolutely ludicrous. Sorry, I know I'm meant to be talking about Liverpool, but obviously I'm a massive Xabi fan because I used to watch him, and like for the man to be sacked after the body of work he's put together is ludicrous, and he's going to be sacked because of that moron Vinny Jr. basically, and it's just like, sorry, I didn't realise Vinny Jr. was the manager of Real Madrid. What utterly ridiculous and farcical situation. Anyway, like I said, hello everyone. I probably should have started this, but yes, as per usual, this will be on YouTube podcasts and YouTube videos. I'm sure I won't get a lot of viewers tonight because you'll all be out celebrating. I am extremely tempted to go on Just Eat and order myself a bottle of Jack Daniels, but I've got work tomorrow, so I'm going to avoid that temptation. Although I could get myself a bottle of wine. It's very tempting, but I'm going to try and leave it, to be fair. So story of the match, basically, it's a bit difficult for me, folks, to be honest, because it's just been a bit of an insane day. So I literally got home about 20 minutes before the match started. Missed all the team news. But then on the way home, looked on the bus and I'm just trying to get the teams actually what they were. I can probably just reel it off the top of my head basically, but I was very surprised that here we go. Team news confirmed. I'm just looking on the Liverpool Echo at the minute. So the team was Alisson, Gomez. He was brilliant tonight, by the way. Possible shout for man of the match for me. I don't know what anyone else thinks. Konate and Van Dijk, to be fair to the big man Ibu, after everything, he was slightly better. I still did not feel comfortable at all with him, quite honestly. Van Dijk was good. I thought Robbo was very, very good. Obviously, Szobo, I mean, what can you say? I mean, you might as well just give him player of the year now. Gravenberch was all right. I thought, do you know what, actually, fair play, I'm going to shout out someone. I thought Alexis McAllister was very good this evening. I thought the first half was very good. I thought second, because basically I'll explain why I missed part of the match in a minute. But I thought second half not quite as good, but that's definitely Alexis's best match that he's had for a very, very long time. I thought Curtis Jones was decent. Isaac again. I remain to be convinced. Put it that way. I don't want to look. We've all got a player that we're all biased against. I haven't really, but if I did have to pick someone at the moment, I'm really sorry, it's probably Alexander Isak. As I say, I just look, I mean, he's now played, 13, 14 games for Liverpool, something like that, and he scored 2 goals. And we've spent, and he's been injured already. He's had the same amount of injuries as goals, which is 2. I mean, it's not great. I, I thought he was all right. Don't get me wrong. I didn't think he was all for anything. But my concern with Isak at the minute. Sorry, I'm kind of going on a bit of a what do you call it? Bit of a rant. But in the first half, I don't know if anyone noticed this, but he just kept getting pushed off the ball. And the weird thing with Isak is, look, I know he's not the most physically imposing. Look, he's not a Lukaku or anything like that. Don't get me wrong. He's not an absolute unit. But Alexander Isak's a reasonably strong, reasonably tall bloke, and like there were just bits. I mean, I know these were Italian defenders. Don't get me wrong, but there were just times when he was just being shoved off the ball, and I was just like, Alex, you've got to, you know, put a bit of oomph into your challenges. You know what I mean? So, yeah, he was all right. Hugo Ekitike again, thought was very good, and in the end, he's technically responsible for the goal. Florian Wirtz, as you would have seen from my slightly sarcastic thumbnail, he was very good, and at least he's now technically definitely got that assist. I'll get onto that in a minute, folks, but look, put it this way, if anyone joins in the stream and says that that was a penalty, I will have some of what you're drinking this evening, because I mean it's not even close. It's not even close. I know it is a penalty nowadays because he slightly tugged his shirt, but I mean, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? So, but yeah, first half, thought Liverpool were, I won't go as far as excellent, but other than the Lautaro Martinez chance when he got ahead of Virgil, when he headed the ball, I thought the Reds were really good. To be honest, I thought McAllister was borderline excellent. Thought Curtis Jones was very good. Thought Hugo was playing all right. All of them, to be honest. Robbo was decent. Gomez was. I thought Joe Gomez. He, for me now, has to stay in the team. I would. Look, I know we're always worried about the injury, but to be honest with Gomez, I would just keep him in. Basically, I would keep him in until he gets injured, is what I'm saying. And that probably includes, I mean, obviously Bradley's fit, but I mean, sod's law, he's now bloody suspended at the weekend. I think, if I'm right in saying, Frimpong is now training, and they were looking at the Brighton match, possibly. I think it's more likely that it'll be the Spurs match, but look, if Frimpong's available, obviously get him into the squad, because we need all the bodies we can get at the minute. Because obviously we had Chiesa out tonight, Gakpo, and obviously Salah was out. By the way, I'm just going through what happened on Liverpool Echo. Did anyone see that ridiculous challenge on Andy Robertson, by the way? Bloody hell. He's lucky he wasn't bloody seriously injured. And the commentators were like, oh, yes, well, it's just a normal challenge. It's like, is it? He's literally just... The bloke who came steaming out, I don't know what his name is, but Andy Robertson ended up going 20 foot in the air, practically. I'm just like... I don't know about a red card, but if I'm the referee, I'm going over and saying, look, you are quite lucky, lad, that I haven't given you more than a yellow. But yeah, no, Liverpool were really good. And then let me have a look. Yeah, so this was the big moment. Well, one of the two big moments. So Canate, the goal. How to put this? Utter and complete nonsense. Absolute bloody nonsense. If that's a handball, then I'm Jessica Alba. I'm no Jessica Alba. Obviously, that would be quite horrifying, wouldn't it? It's not even close to being a handball. Like, the ball comes in, basically, for those of you who haven't seen it, from Szobo. Van Dijk kind of gets his head on it, kind of brushes Van Dijk's head, and then it goes on to Ekitike's sort of arm, like this area-ish kind of thing. And Ekitike's kind of looking, I'm not sure if he's looking the other way, but he's not looking directly at the ball. And he's kind of looking the other way, because I think he's trying to get his head on the ball or whatever. It then goes from him to Canate, who obviously... sorry, I'm just pausing that. I was on Prime, because I'm going to watch all the highlights later. It then goes to Canate, who heads it in. Martinez tries to keep it off the line, and at first, when all the Inter players were like doing this, I was just like, "What on earth you want about?" And then I saw the replay, and I was just like, "Well, I mean, surely you can't be serious." But it turns out the referee was serious, and it was disallowed. And I, fortunately or unfortunately, was sat with my 12-year-old, who we try not to swear in front of. In fact, I have not had a beer this evening, which I usually do with a match. So I was sat there not being allowed to swear and also without a beer in my hand. That was a very difficult moment as a parent, to be honest. There were one or two choice phrases that nearly slipped out. I mean, that referee, I mean, my goodness, he's had a shocker this evening. I don't know who the referee's name is. I don't beg your pardon, I don't know what his name is. A diabolical refereeing performance. How that can be disallowed seriously as a goal, and as well, I thought they were quite quick in Europe with all the VAR and offsides and this, that, and the other. That took, I think, Rome was built quicker than it took for that VAR decision. It was absolutely, it was just excruciating. It was nonsense. All the players were waiting around going, "What on earth is going on?" It took 5 minutes, maybe six. So we ended up with 7 minutes extra time at the end. And yeah, as I said, I don't know what to say. It was absolute garbage. So basically, into the end, get a big boost off that. They then have we've dominated the game like for 34, 35 minutes. Inter then had the last 10 minutes, and I put that squarely at the feet of the referee. Now look, we should react better. And again, it was like, I'll give Liverpool one thing tonight. They didn't let the Reds go down, and it is getting slightly better that now. Obviously, they've got the win at West Ham. They didn't give up against Sunderland, and they got back into the match. And they obviously kept going against Leeds, although at the end they conceded the bloody stupid goal. And they could have let the Reds gone down today, but they didn't. And they've got a win in San Siro, and you can't ask for more than that, really. At the end of the day, can I get a you? Can I get a you? Ah, yes. You nearly got me again, Yod. You nearly got me. You'll never get me though, mate. How you doing, pal? You all right? But yeah, it was a nonsense as far as I'm concerned. Now, folks, to the funny story. So, as you all know, there are several members of my family. We've all got mental health trials and tribulations. But yeah, no, you won't, lad. No, you won't. Yes, but as you know, several members of my family have got ADHD, and I've got one or two things as well. And we're kind of a bit of a weird madhouse, basically, but it kind of works most of the time, pretty much. Long story short, I had to watch the match with my family this evening, and I usually avoid this like the plague because basically the wife has no interest in football, and my son, unfortunately, has no interest in football either, which I'm gutted about. Well, actually, I say that he likes it very much when we win trophies, and he always happens to appear just as like Verge is lifting a trophy up, kind of thing. And it's just like, oh yeah, nice. And he's sat there in the middle of the half, and it's like he's just lobbing his Lego about, and his mum's crawling about playing with Lego, and they're getting in front of the TV. I can't see what's going on. Mrs. is asking me about Christmas presents after the Canate goal was disallowed. I shit you not, and I'm literally like, "Love, you are joking. You're going to ask me about Christmas presents now? Are you seriously taking the Mickey?" So it was absolute bloody bedlam. Plus, also, basically, I'd got home late from work. The house was an absolute tip, and we had to put my son to bed. Anyway, long story short, I missed 25 to 30 minutes of the second half. So you guys who watched it will have to fill me in what's going on. Hey, Pecky, nearly. Hello, how you doing? You all right? Yeah, that put me off as well. Yeah, so folks, to be honest, I can't really give you an analysis of what happened for most of the second half because if you can believe this or not, I was actually, while the wife was watching something over, I was actually washing up and getting my sandwiches ready for work the next day. That is how ludicrous and adult and insane my life is at the minute. Funnily enough, I actually managed to time it to get back in. So basically, the wife goes to bed. Yes, bye bye, wife. See you later. I turn the TV back on to Amazon, fully expecting Inter Milan to be 3-0 up at this point, and it was like the 73rd, 4th minute. This is how bad I've been with a Liverpool fan, by the way. I turn it back on, and it's 0-0. And my first reaction was, oh, well, Inter shouldn't be able to score any more than 3 goals against us now. That is how low I'd set the bar this evening. I actually said to my son, he was like, what do you think the score will be, Dad? And I was like, son, as long as we don't concede any more than 3 goals, that's fine. That is how low my expectations were this evening. And then, obviously, the match goes and goes, and obviously, Wirtz came on. By the way, he was very, very good when he came on. And I'm thinking to myself, literally, my thoughts were, oh, this might just be 2-0 to Inter. And it gets to the 85th minute, I was like, we might end up just losing this 1-0. Honestly, this is how devoid of confidence I am at the minute, that I was actually thinking to myself a 1-0 defeat at Inter would be like borderline respectful. And then Hugo Ekitike flicks the ball to Florian Wirtz, who has his shirt pulled, and then accidentally falls over. Or Florian Wirtz made the most unimpressive, ridiculous and pathetic dive that you will ever see in the world. And I know we're all supposed to support our own team. We're meant to get behind the lads and everything and support them no matter what. Folks, I'm sorry, I'm not one of those people. It was a dive from Florian Wirtz. It was borderline. I know we've won because of this tonight, and technically you could argue we should have been the lead in the first place because Canate, the goal should have stood. It wasn't a penalty. It's as simple as that. It's nowhere near close to being a penalty at all, as far as I'm concerned. I'll take it with the run that we've been on. Don't get me wrong, but it's clever by Wirtz, but and obviously I don't know what the defender thinks he's doing, grabbing the shirt, because they know they can't do that in this day and age. All I'll say is, again, I'm an old man shouting at the clouds. If you'd had asked that as a penalty, when I was in my pomp watching football, so when I was 16, 17, in like 96, 97, yes, that's how old I am, by the way. If you'd asked for that as a penalty in the boozer, you would have been asked to leave the boozer. It's that bad, basically. So, referee gives it. Again, it took 3 minutes, something like that. I think someone's watching me. You know who you are. Yeah, it was ridiculous. As I say, that referee is. I've seen some terrible referees the last few years, but I mean, the man's performance for both teams was shambolic, to be honest. However, I must say, in the 88th minute, that penalty from Dominic Szobo is golden. It's absolutely brilliant, perfect. The keeper actually got a hand near it. He wasn't even going to. If he'd got his hand to it, it would have ripped his arm from his socket, basically. So, yeah, that was fantastic. It was a fantastic penalty from, as far as I'm concerned, one of the best players in world football at the minute. And I don't think Szobo's going to get the credit for this, because obviously it looks like we're not going to finish well in the league. I cannot see us winning the European Cup, even though we've won tonight. Don't think we'll win the FA Cup. By the way, I may have some news about that, hopefully, fingers crossed. I don't. Basically, folks, what I'm saying is I don't think Liverpool will win anything. I could, if someone offered me 5th place in Champions League football and we just start again next season, I'd rip your hand off for it right now. I'd be like, yep, deal, that'll do, mate, job done. But because of that, obviously Szobo is not going to get the recognition he deserves. I personally think Dominic Szoboszlai is in the top 5 best players in the Premier League this season, as in for performances and stuff. I mean, if I was going to go for the top player who's played this season, just from what I've seen at least, I think Declan Rice, as much as some people don't like him, my son hates Declan Rice, by the way, because he scored a goal against Kidminster. Don't ask. Uh, the joys of ADHD. I think Declan Rice has been absolutely brilliant this year. For me, he's the standout player of the year as far as I'm concerned. I really like the lad that plays for Chelsea as well. Is it Esteval? He's been very good. I think I'm very impressed with Phil Foden. Obviously, I think he's been excellent. The two lads at the back for the Arsenal have been very, very good. John McGinn's had a brilliant season so far. But because they're all doing well at their clubs, they're more likely to be winning awards and stuff. I don't think Dominic Szoboszlai will win anything personally, but it's a shame because honestly, this is definitely his best season. I mean, he's basically our best player now. Let's have a look. I'm just having a look. Yeah, so Liverpool Echo, massive win for Arne Slot, yada yada yada. I'm just seeing if there's been any news or any injury news or what Slot said. So I'm going to have a look at the press conference. Chelsea lost to Atalanta. That's brilliant. I had no idea because I've not even seen the scores yet. I think Barcelona and Bayern Munich won as well. Possibly. Last I knew that Chelsea were actually beating Atalanta. So I don't know what on earth they've done there, to be honest. But yeah, Reds win 1-0. Obviously, the Inter Milan players went mental at the end. I think there was like a manager and assistant coach who got sent off or something like that. Hi DT, you alright? How you doing, pal? Yes, very pleased, lad, very pleased. And yeah, it was pretty much it. Like I said, it wasn't the most exciting game in the world. I couldn't care less if it was exciting or not. I couldn't care less if people were bored stiff. We have won a game of football, which is always good. But like I said, with how inconsistent Liverpool are, I mean, I would not be surprised at all to see on my phone Brighton 4, Liverpool 0 at the weekend, because I just don't trust them at the minute. Bouncing between the lines, mate. Oh, it's no problem, DT. No problem at all. You can bounce along, fella. Thank for tuning in. I saw you cutting your hedge again, by the way. I don't know if it's a hedge. When I had you on briefly earlier, you were there was a green thing, and you had some. Were they shears or something? I literally briefly saw you. I think it was. Do you know what? It might have even been yesterday. I don't even know what. I don't even know what day it is, to be honest. But I have seen you with like some sort of shears or something tending to your garden or something. I think I don't know. Unless I've imagined it, which is perfectly possible after the last 3 or 4 days, to be honest. So if I have, just ignore me. By the way, I've got therapy again tomorrow. So there'll be another weird therapy video. Oh, was it from that wasn't from today. That was a week or two ago. Like I said, DT, unfortunately. I had to be reminded by my partner this evening that you're meant to be doing a live stream. I was like, am I? It's like, you've just watched Liverpool chicken. Oh yeah, that's what I do. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. There we go. Let me have a look. You're not going to get me. Liverpool will be safe this season. I hope so. I really do. Last thing I need is Liverpool getting relegated. That would suck. Isaac. Merry Christmas, Isaac. You have the same name as my son. It's a very cool name, Isaac. Apart from when it's used as a surname for certain Swedish football strikers. Sorry, I'll get off that in a minute. I don't want to be that guy, but I'm just putting it out there. I'm not impressed with Isaac at all, to be honest. That's not you, Isaac. Because I mean, as in all these Isaacs all over. No, as in Alexander Isak. It's got to the point where I'm actually literally thinking: did Newcastle United clone Alexander Isak and give us the really shit one? And have they still got the normal Alexander Isak in some sort of cupboard at some point, and then they're just going to go to St James's Park one day and go, ha ha, but that would be really weird. So anyway, just ignore me. Let's have a look. Merry Christmas to you as well. Star Starkatile. Hello, I'm new. Hello, Starkatile. Welcome, mate. Welcome. I'm Jay. Very cool name, Jay. I'm Leon. How you doing? You alright? Yeah. Harry is cool. He is cool. Not sure about the surname. I was named after Isaac Newton. Oh, cool. Nice one. Small world. This guy doesn't like saying my name. He will one day, hopefully. Not a chance, dude. Not a chance. Named after Isaac Newton. Oh, well done, Isaac. Who did we name my son after? I don't think we. I think my message, from what I remember, I think my vaunted wife just came bounding in one day and basically said, "Here, I've got a name for baby. He's going to be called Isaac." And then she walked off, and I was like, oh, "Do I get a set? No, right, okay, fine." Hey, Mr. Cole, up the Reds. How you doing, pal? You all right? I didn't get. That was the weird thing, folks. There'll be a lot of dads and fathers and husbands, I'm sure, on the stream, who will know exactly what I'm going to say. But I even didn't get a say in the fake girl's name. Like I suggested. What did I suggest? Samantha, Rebecca, Rachel, and literally none of those were remotely satisfactory, apparently. And I'm just literally like, so do I get a say on anything at all? No. And then the wife will turn around and say, "Well, at least we've had a discussion, chicken, and we've made a decision together." It's like, "No, love, you've made a decision, and I have to go along with it because you've already decided this several months before. You're now repackaging it as a decision that we've made where I haven't actually been involved." So there we go. There we go. No, we love the wife though. That's fine. Let's have a look. I'll introduce him to the world of. No, you won't. So many content creators and call. I'm Isaac. Cool. Nice one, mate. Nice one. No, I'm not American, Isaac. I am. What am I? I am in Leeds. I am actually from Leeds, but I'm a Liverpool fan, but also half Ghanaian. I'm one of those weird people that's got like 70 million stories about their origins, kind of. Let's have a look. Bro, do you agree that? Hey, Mohammed, how you doing, mate? Do you agree that Liverpool was lucky when? I think the way we won was very lucky. Like I said, Mohammed, to be honest, feel free to disagree with the rest of you, but it was a dive by Vers. It's as simple as that. It's nowhere near to being a penalty. Simple as that. It was a dive, and it was borderline embarrassing. Look, I know there's a lot of Liverpool fan channel. Look, this isn't really a Liverpool fan channel. It's kind of Liverpool, but there's other stuff that I do and whatever. But there's lots of Liverpool fan channels like, "You've got to get behind the boys and like defend them no matter what." No, I don't. If some fella dives in front of 20 million people, I'm going to say he dived, and it was a dive. It was cheating. Simple as that. And I'm not one of these, Mohammed, to be honest. I don't like this modern thing where you've got. I'm not singling out young people, don't get me wrong, and it is just an old man shouting at the clouds. I don't like this thing that's crept into modern football where you get like Danny Murphy, the commentator that used to play for Liverpool, obviously really good player, decent commentator, good lad. But there was something about a couple of years ago where he was doing commentary. And there was a player who was running towards goal, and I can't remember what the match was. I think it was a World Cup match, and it was 2-1 to this team. And this bloke comes along, smashes this bloke, sends him about 30 foot up in the air, and takes a booking, like basically to stop him getting from goal. And Murphy actually said, "Brilliant foul, brilliant tactical foul." And I'm just like, whoa, 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 whoa. I know why he's had to do it, and I agree that you should do that sort of thing. At the end of the day, I'd rather smash someone and like win an FA Cup and get a lad sent off, obviously, as we all would. Don't call it a brilliant foul. It's cheating. Now, if they all turn around and say brilliant cheating, fine. But like, don't dress the whole diving thing up as being clever. It's not being clever. You're teaching children how to cheat, fella. It's simple as that. So, I suppose fair play to Wirtz, because technically, if he'd not done it, this is the thing, isn't it? It's, if he's not done it, we don't win the football match, potentially. So, but it's cheating. And, like, if my son, for some weird reason, at the age of 13, suddenly decides, oh, Dad, I'm actually interested in football, I'm going to tell him it's cheating. I ain't dressing it up and saying, oh, you. I've heard commentators recently. Sorry, folks, I will answer the comments in a minute. I'm just having a quick run. I've heard commentators moaning at players for not diving, and I'm just like, what kind of new age crap world are we in now? What is going on? Like, literally, when I was a lad, which was a long, long time ago, admittedly, if you saw someone diving in the boozer, you would get pint glasses being thrown at the screen and like people going absolutely mental and calling the person all sorts. And now you're actually getting people saying, "Why didn't he dive?" And I'm just, anyway. I'll stop the rant because it honestly it drives me up the wall. Maybe I'm too honest. I don't know, but I think it's outrageous. But anyway, Isaac, happy holidays. Nearly, Isaac, nearly. I'm on happy holidays in. Um, what day is it today? Is it the 9th? 9th of December, I think. The 8th? One of the two does. It was the yes, it's the 9th of December. I'm on happy holidays in 13 days, I believe. But yeah, no, it'll be good. Excuse me. Salah's will be gone in January. He engineered the move and stuff. I think so, dude. I think so. I think Mo's had this plan for a while. I also think I think Liverpool's motives in this is what I have to say are highly suspect, to say the least. My conspiracy theory is I think FSG offered Salah contract while obviously we were about to win the league. We'd had the great news about Virgil van Dijk. Everything's going really well. Mo sits on his throne. Everyone's vibing. Arne Slot's playing DJ decks in Ibiza. It's sunny. It's awesome. Apart from me, because I was going through depression at the time. But you get what I mean. It was like really cool and stuff. And I just think FSG were thinking, right, we know we should be getting Isaac, maybe a Ekatike, and possibly foreign inverts. So we'll throw the fans a bone and we'll let them go, wow, Ekatike, Isaac, Salah, Verts, this is going to be freaking awesome, blah, blah, blah. And I wouldn't be surprised if none of the above was actually discussed with Mo Salah. And I think the plan has always been to politely start to not play Mo as much, hope that he doesn't notice. And then basically by the second season, he's like not a starter. And then FSG can either give him the big plaque at the end, not of this season, but next season. And then they can move him on. Or they could even sell him in the January before he leaves and get, I don't know, like 15, 20 million quid for him. I don't think FSG realised that Salah was going to go downhill this season. I think that's what's thrown everything out. I think Arne Slot has just looked at it and gone. I mean, case in point, the goal against PSV. I don't know if anyone saw it the other day. Mo's going mental about being disrespected. I think it was the third goal PSV scored. He literally just lunges out a leg and then throws his arm up in the air. Doesn't bother chasing the bloke back. I think he leaves Kirkes completely exposed. I want to say it was Milos. Doesn't bother when... and he's gesticulating with his arms as the third goal goes in. It's like, well, Mo, why didn't you just go and smash him? You know what I mean? So I can completely see why Slot's done it, to be honest. But I know some people moaning about it. It's like, especially as well with Salah, but you cannot speak about the football club in that manner. You can't put your teammates through what they've just been. They've been asked all sorts of questions. Ali was sat there having to answer it. Robbo's just been answering it on Amazon Prime. And it just turned it into a farce. The Brighton game now is going to be a complete farce. Because Salah is going to AFCON. Now, personally for me, I would politely say to Salah, do you just want to go to AFCON? You can tell your people your thing. We can tell the media one thing. We both come out of this wonderfully. You go away for 6 weeks to Egypt. if something happens in the transfer window, we'll let you know about it. You can speak to your agents if you want to leave. We can have a discussion about it, speak to the manager, and then if you do come back at the back end of January, then we can sort something out. That would be my feeling on Salah, but I feel very let down by Mo, to be honest. I don't want to get all teary and stuff, but uh, um, I, I I respect Mo Salah a lot as a man, and I think he's a thoroughly decent human being. He's done a lot for the football club, and look, that won't change. I think Mo Salah is in the top five best Liverpool players of all time now for me. But like, he really let himself down the other day. To speak like that. Funnily enough, I was actually at Ellen Road. I didn't realise, but at the time when Mo did his interview, I looked on my phone and I was there waiting for the coach. So I was literally when all this was going on, because obviously, if you don't know Ellen Road, like, at the back is where you've got all the coaches, and then the media area is kind of just a bit on from there, kind of thing. So I was probably about, I don't know, like 700 or 800 yards away from Mo Salah when he was doing this, and I'm just sat there like an idiot in the rain waiting to take a picture of the coach going. So yeah, but no, I was very, very disappointed in him, to be honest. Should I sub? Oh, you can do, dude. You can do. Um, Leeds. Not reading that. I'm near Aylesbury. Cool. That's what I've never been to Aylesbury before. Meta, yes. Have I searched at fingerboarding? No, Mike. You nearly got me. No, I have not. I'm afraid, my friend. Let me have a look. Jack, who you talking to? The internet. Um, is there a camera on me or something that I don't know? Okay, that's true. Well, I won't be talking to anyone, Jack, in a minute, to be honest, because I'm not going to be on for too much longer, folks, because basically it's capped today off. I also haven't eaten any food since 12 o'clock. I won't even go into why. It's just been a very, very, very strange day, so I'm going to consume a lot of food, even more so, clearly. I'm also trying to talk myself out of buying certain things off Just Eat that aren't necessarily food, and I'm really hoping I can follow through with this. But like, I haven't seen Liverpool win that much this season. I am tempted, but I'll probably leave it. I can have a look though. I mean, you never know. You might be able to get a bottle of wine. No, no, no. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Let's have a look. Do I drink alcohol? Elliot. Good name, Elliot. Do I drink alcohol? Yes, I do. As you would probably just guessed from that little monologue there, yes, I do unfortunately like my alcohol. Not so much in midweek. I must confess I do like a glass of red wine. Possibly five, maybe six on a Friday, to be honest. Saturdays, funnily enough, I don't really drink because I'm usually the one who's up with my lad. Although I will be changing that this week for reasons which I'll tell you about in a minute. Yeah, it's usually just Friday night, to be honest, earlier. I just like getting on it on Fridays, basically, for want of a better expression. Not so much as I used to, because I used to be, how to put this politely, I'm a 90s lad, and those of you on the stream who are from the 90s will back me up on this. It wasn't the healthiest decade in the world, is the politest thing I could say. And like, all of me and my mates we would all meet at like the Royal or like Brunel Social Club in LS6 in Hyde Park, which is kind of where I'm from. And there were times in like, I mean, this is 2007, 2008. I don't know why I'm telling you all this, but where there'd be 15 of us. I think the worst ever was there was 20 of us at a table at the Oak in Headingley. Shout out to Headingley. And on this table, between 20 people, were, I want to say, 16 bottles of red wine, 6 or 7 lager pitchers, and 4 bottles of spirit, give or take. And most of it had disappeared. That's how bad that things were getting, basically. So yeah, now as a parent myself, I would prefer that my son did not do that sort of thing. But yeah, We'll have to wait and see. Battery's going right. Fortunately, folks, just bear with me a second because I'm on my phone. I'm going to see if I can make this battery pack work. Come on, battery pack. Come on. Right, yes, except I have to now hold the phone. Sorry, I'm just doing live repairs. Yeah, there we go. That'll yeah, spared no expense, obviously. Oh, come on! Oh, I'm sorry, Matt. I'm sorry. I will look at it at some stage. I promise. Honestly, I promise. Yeah. In fact, I'll tell you what. Seems I've got my laptop here. Right. For those of you who are listening to the podcast, by the way, and this does come out on a podcast, I'm now, for Mike's pleasure, looking at fingerboarding, except I have just typed in finger ponding, which possibly isn't the best idea I've ever had. Let's have a look. Fingerboarding. Oh, cool. All right, okay, mate. All right. It's just come up with an AI actually. Fingerboarding is a hobby and a sport involving performing skateboard-like tricks with a miniature skateboard called using your finger. Oh, that is quite cool, actually, mate. That is quite cool. Do you know, I can imagine my lad. I'm gonna have to show my lad this now, actually. Like, yeah, some of these are actually quite cool. Oh, let's have a look because I've got an Amazon thing here as well. 8-pack fingerboard from eBay for £7.78. Apparently, yeah. Oh, cool, nice one, mate. Thank you for putting me onto that. I will tell my son about that. He's far more likely to be interested, by the way, in that sort of thing than I am because I'm a grumpy old man and he's like the cool dude now. So there we go. Yeah, folks. Anyway, I think that's pretty much me done for this evening. Like I said, I need to get some food down me. I need to write my Substack article, and I now cannot see any of the comments because I'm holding up my battery-packed phone with the TV control because otherwise it will fall down and all of you guys will see my ceiling, basically. So yeah, just quickly, like I said, thanks all of you guys for watching as per usual. Sorry this is completely disorganised, but it's been a good crack tonight. Thank you for the usual crew that have turned up. We're just missing, where is you? Jordan MCFC92. Hello again, brother. Hello, Jordan. You all right? Yeah, we spoke the other day, didn't we? How you doing, lad? You all right? What was I saying? Oh, yes, folks. So basically, before I was going to say vanish into the night then. I'm not Batman. Yeah, before I disappear, I just wanted to let you guys know about a few things that I'm doing. Obviously, I'm sure I would have said this a million times, but as per usual, if you have just subscribed or are about to subscribe to me, do football, do pro wrestling, I do horror, I do pride, I do comic cons, toy hunts. It's a bit of a weird channel, but if you want to get involved, you can do. Geekboy at 7381 if you want to like and subscribe. If you just want to come along and chat, no problem at all, no pressure. I like chatting to people, especially I do love chatting to people when Liverpool have won. That is like, I was going to say it's better than sex, but 50-50. Anyway, sorry, I'm really sorry that I just said that, by the way. I do apologise. If there's any kiddies listening, I just ignore what the grumpy old man said. Anyway, moving swiftly on. So, so I do lots of different things. So in terms of Liverpool, this will be on the podcast, like I said before. So my podcast is Liverpool. I'll get this right one day. Geek Boy, a Liverpool story. So that's available on YouTube podcast. If you just type it in, it'll appear or whatever. And all my Liverpool stuff is under. I'll get this right at some stage. Geek Boy does Liverpool. So like most of my channels, most of my playlists on the channel will be Geek Boy does wrestling or Geek Boy does comic cons and so on and so forth. Or Geek Boy does horror. I actually did a horror thing the other day. I went to a Krampus market, which was pretty cool. That's had a load of views as well. Shout out to everyone that's liked and subscribed for that. That was awesome. But yeah, in terms of what's coming up over the next week, I was just going to say, guys, as well, I'm going to have to be a bit flexible, obviously, because we are getting close to the big day when Mo Salah goes to AFCON. No, not really. We're getting close to the big day, obviously, being Christmas, so I'm not sure, probably like most of you, when I will be doing streaming, because obviously I will be seeing lots of family. I will be going out drinking lots of times with lots of the lads, which I cannot bloody wait for, quite honestly. So yeah, I'm gonna have to be a bit flexible the next few days, but theoretically the next week, I'm gonna try and be back on tomorrow for Monday Night Raw. However, I have not seen a single match or any detail from Monday Night Raw, so for God's sake, don't tell me. So yeah, I should be on tomorrow for that about 10:30. That might have to fall by the wayside for family reasons. I'm not totally sure what's going on with that either. Again, Christmas, blah 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 blah. Thursday, it should be live streaming of AEW, as in the results. I'm not sure. Again, basically, I'm either going to have to miss Raw or miss Dynamite, or I might have to put them again together like I've just done the last few weeks. So I will let you guys know on the fly what's going on with that. However, on Friday, some of you might have seen on the channel earlier, I'm going to be broadcasting, I'm basically filming it. I'm going to be filming a live gig in Leeds at the Fox and Newt, and it's called Hard Light, another night of dark electronica. I hope I've got that right. I don't think I've got that right. But yeah, basically, some of you might have seen about 3 or 4 months ago, basically, I filmed a gig from the Fox and Newt. It was really good. There were a lot of cool artists and stuff. It's not usually the thing that I do, but like I'm doing it for one of my best mates, a short dark stranger, otherwise known as Mr. Cabaret Chris. If you want to check out his channel, it's just a short dark stranger. By the way, this is not a paid promotion, blah, 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 just in case YouTube shares it. And there's going to be a load of cool acts. There's a wonderful young lady called Dover Woman, who's one of my very good friends. And there are other people whose names, unfortunately, I cannot remember at this precise moment. Come on, memory. Shallow Halo. They are going to be the like the headline act. Basically, it's a really popular event in Leeds and everything. So, just if you are in Leeds, by the way, it's £6 in advance, £10 on the door. Doors open at 7:30, and the event starts at 8. I think, as far as I know. Anyway, I've done all this in like a YouTube promo, so there's more details than that, and I'll put more details as it goes along. But yeah, if you're in Leeds, possibly think about coming along if that's your thing. If not, you can watch it on my channel, and that'll be starting from 8 o'clock. So it'll be from 8 to 11, or as long as my battery holds out, basically. So yes, I'm going to take a couple of phones and a laptop, so hopefully I can get most of it for you anyway. After that, the next night, it's going to be the last time is now for. So I'm going to be doing a watch along for the Cena match. I might even start the watch along when Cena does his match against Gunther. I think Saturday night's main event starts 1 in the morning, so Cena should be done by 4 in the morning. I want to say maybe 3:30. So that one I'm going to have to do on the fly. Earlier in the day, I will be doing live reaction to Liverpool versus Brighton, which I'm not looking forward to at all. I'm not quite as scared of it as I was now after tonight's result, obviously, but I'm still not thinking we're going to do anything really, to be honest. And then, yeah, Sunday is Jolly Boys Day Out. I will be going, because I've got the day off, I will be going drinking from midday until probably about 12 o'clock the next day. So there will be obviously no live stream, although I'm quite tempted to go to the pub for 12 hours and then do a live stream, but that could be an unmitigated disaster, basically. So there we go. So yeah, that's everything that's coming up, folks, anyway. And then, like I said, we'll obviously be getting close towards Christmas. I think the last Liverpool live stream will be the Liverpool Tottenham match in when is that? a week on Sunday, I want to say, something along those lines. Yeah, and there's lots of cool stuff coming up on the channel. Just to let you guys know, by the way, who are Liverpool fans, the FA Cup draw, Barnsley. I need to have a word with the brother. But I am fully on board with trying to get a ticket for this. Obviously, it's early on in January. A lot of people have got some people won't have money. And I might be able to get it in hospitality. I know it's just Barnsley. No disrespect, obviously, but I do not get a chance to watch Liverpool that much. So I'm going to try and see if the tickets have gone on sale. But yes, I might actually be going to see the actual Liverpool at the actual stadium. But I will let you guys know as I go along. I'm hoping to go and see WWE live as well, either in Nottingham or Newcastle. But I need to book all this, and I'm also going to try and book the Legends game against Bayer Leverkusen, Borussia Dortmund, when hopefully Jurgen Klopp will come back. But yeah, there'll be loads of stuff coming up next year. I'll tell you all about it soon. But yeah, I'm tired, folks. I need some food. I need to go to sleep. But yeah, top headline is Dominic Szobo is absolutely bloody brilliant. Liverpool Football Club are not brilliant, but they are slowly, very slowly getting there. That's 4 on the bounce. Well, we haven't lost 2 wins and 2 draws. Could be better, could be worse. It's just because of that bloody Leeds goal. If we had, like I said, if we hadn't conceded that, we'd been on a really good run now. But yeah, hopefully this is the start of something. Maybe we are slowly getting better. I hope so anyway. But yeah, like I said, guys, thanks very much for watching, and hopefully I will see you either tomorrow or on Thursday, but I will let you know. Just keep an eye on my channel and socials and stuff, and I will let you guys know. And we'll do this all again, talk about some wrestling. Right, guys, have a great night, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.